Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our live stream horror edition. Tonight, our theme is death. Tonight, we'll be covering a few topics.
Hey, like she start already lah. Hey, Shan, go where? Okay, this Glenn still playing around. Anyway, guys, welcome to today's horror live stream. So Halloween is a time where there's pumpkin, where there's candles, where there's haunted houses. But more than that, it's when many cultures around the world have their own ghost festivals. You know, where you can where you can celebrate the connection between the living and the dead. You know, celebrate ancestors, honoring the spirits, but most importantly, to confront the fears that haunt us. I would like to invite all of you to ask any questions you might have in the chat box, and we'll do our best to answer them. Because all of our ex-offenders here, they will be sharing very vulnerable stories that touches on the three themes of death, drugs, and also prison. Without further ado, I'm going to invite all of my fellow ex-offenders up on stage, all of my fellow group hosts on stage, to say hi to the audience.
All right.
Yes. All right. Okay, Ken, let's go. Yes. Okay. Yeah lah. Make off the light. All right. Without further ado, I'm going to invite our first host, Glenn, to open up the first topic on prison.
Hi everyone. Okay, I'm back to my normal self. That was just me fooling around. You only live once. Got to play all the way, right? All right. So tonight, I think we have a very interesting lineup of topics we're going to talk about. And actually, the first one I'm going to cover, right, is actually prison. So what is prison? I think we have a quote we actually want to share with you all, and this quote is that stone walls do not a prison make, nor iron bars a cage. Wow, when I read this, I was like quite taken aback, because it reminds me, hey, really, these four walls, even if they're all like concrete and stone, right? Or even if let's say there are metal bars on a cage that I am maybe trapped in, actually, right, the biggest and scariest trap is actually the mental trap. So tonight, I'm going to call on a few of my friends, right, to share their thoughts and their experiences with regards to prison. So first off, can I invite Zamri? So I previously met Zamri in our last live stream, all right, and Zamri will share with us some of his thoughts about prison. Zamri, come.
Yes. Hi, bro.
Hey, nice to meet you, bro.
Thank you.
Right. Hey, so Zamri, see this quote, I say, stone wall is not just like does not make a prison nor iron bars a cage. What do you think about like prison being this like physical or psychological? What do you think?
Okay, because I'm talking about prison, right? Because you say psychological.
Oh.
But I remember during my time, because when I was started off in 1995. Okay, 1995, I remember that one was went to Boys Home after RTC. So previously was like RTC was in Jalan Lembah Bedok, all that. So it's quite old.
Okay.
Yeah. So down there, right, actually it's more about physical, I would say, because how it was being trained like in the army, like BMT, as the same thing what you go through.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, that was the past lah. Then after that, so the training, like every day we wake up like 7 and we start training at 8, all that, and then we got all those, like, what we call it, I don't remember in the army they call it, but they call it punishment drill also. We do have that.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So it's rather physical at that point of time.
Right. So if I ask you what's your like hardest part, right, about being in prison, what would that be?
Okay. I remember the first time, right, actually, like when when we go to court, right? And then after that, go to court, and then I remember like my mom followed me, everything. Then when I go to prison, right? Then after that, I see my mom went back.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
my mom went back home, and then that's the loneliness that I feel.
Oh my gosh! All that sinking,
that
sinking
feeling. The loneliness, and then the feeling of like, I want to go home.
Like the Mr. Bean song, there's a shadow hanging over me.
Yeah, that point of time. So the feeling
my
of
God.
loneliness, like you are like alone. Nobody is with you. Even though that you eventually will make friends like inside. Yeah, you get what I mean?
Right. Wow. Okay. So how has your like prison experience actually maybe shaped your outlook, in life?
Okay. I would not say, actually it depends on individual perspective. Okay, individual perspective, how they see actually how prison change people. I would say how actually they reform. But for me, right, I find that it's a word that we used to say that being strong inside, where actually how resilient we can be. Okay, how resilient we can be, and then after that, like sometimes you think of a way like how to rebound.
Yeah. What do you mean by rebound?
Okay, like how, when you fall, you must know how to stand up. That's actually because at that point, at a young age, when I fall, I don't know how to stand up. I always went waiting for people to pull me up.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you hear it, folks. Not easy, Yeah. Well, maybe I'm just like one last question. Do you think like these ghosts of this past, right, still haunt you today?
Okay, ghosts of the past actually haunts me every day. I would say it haunts me every day because it never stops. Even though right now, right, I'm 43 years old. Okay, and I started when I was 15. Okay, and then sometimes you will get how I say, you will have this reminiscence of the past every time.
Wow.
This reminiscence of the past that you kept saying that how I wish I could turn back the clock, how I wish I didn't do this, how I wish I didn't do that. You get what I mean? But it's every time because like what I'm at 43, right? Then I wish I would say that I hope I wish that I didn't do this, and then in the end I say like I didn't do this so that now I should be like that.
Yeah. Wow. So it's always at the back of your mind,
Yes,
right?
yes, it's every time without fail.
Sounds like a ghost to me, bro.
without fail. Every time, when we have a conversation with my friend, right, every time it's always a word that we always hear.
Yeah.
That how I wish I didn't do this, do that. It's what we always say.
Right. Wow. Okay. Thanks so much for sharing this part. I want to, I think you also prepared one photo that you wanted to share, right?
Okay, can.
Yeah, okay to share, right? So
can see.
Tell us about this photo.
Yeah, okay, this one is actually in 2015. Just share a bit 2015. So I was actually on math. Yeah, at that point of time. So that I would say this was actually my what do you call that? My lowest point of my life.
Okay.
Yeah, my lowest point of my life. I've said that I'm on math every day. I would say that I'll just sit at home, do nothing, but facing that math. Until like the effect now like my back pain. Because you keep sitting down, right, not moving, just with your apparatus, everything,
right,
not doing anything, and then you got the fear of like what do you call that? Keep looking out the window, saying that CMB actually looking for you, everything, every time, every hours, like you hear one simple footsteps, right, and that's it. It's like, oh my God, someone is chasing after me. But actually, it's not. It's just a what do you call it? The
psychological.
Yes.
Really. Wow, goodness, my gosh. Wow. Well, I mean, Zam, thank you so much for sharing. I think our audience probably can feel a lot of that weight, in your story as well. Thank you so much. All right, I want to get our next guest.
Okay,
right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hey, round of applause for that. Round of applause for Zamri. Right. For our next guest, right, I'm gonna call also one of my good buddies, right, Nat. And Nat's gonna share her story about her prison experience. So, welcome, Nat. Hey. Yeah. So Nat, so tell me. I mean, I think same as the question that I asked Amri just now. When it comes to like physical prison or psychological prison, which maybe do you think more scary?
I think it's psychological prison.
Whoa.
Yeah, because through my base experience, right, my past experience,
Yeah.
I for the first 1 year, I had to go through zero tolerance policy.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So my hands were like carved on the wall when I want to eat. Even if when I want to go shower, I need to shower by one hand.
Wow.
Yep.
My gosh, how would that look like? Wow. I can't imagine. Also,
I know, right? I
Oh.
know. But then it was very, how do I say it? It was very suffering because I have to tolerate it for 12 months. 12 months.
I not enough finger to count 12. Okay, 12.
I think that is the hardest part for me in prison. It's because like you have to survive with like one hand. Like if you want to eat, you want to shower, even you want to read book also, you must use one hand, but then your hand
Wow.
have to be carved on the wall.
Well, I feel like your experience, is like next level, because it's not just psychological, it's like literally physical as well. This time, it's not like you're not touching the wall of the prison. It's literally, you feel it on your wrist. Do you think that episode or the experience like left a very deep impression on you?
Of course, because that is my first encounter.
Wow.
And to go through that on the first stage in prison, it's quite hard. But I have to train my mental. It's like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Yep. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you managed to overcome like a lot, through your like mental fortitude. Something that you probably gain,
Of course, if I want to think like that, right? I think on the better side, it makes me who I am today. It's like stronger. Right?
Damn. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it fresh from the mouth of Nat. Stronger and better.
Yep. No pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain. All right. Hey, so do you think like now that you have already all like superwoman already, right? Anything that still lingers from your past?
I cannot like I have to admit like those past mistakes that I did, but of course every single day also I have to remind myself, no, don't repeat the same mistake. You wouldn't want to go through that anymore.
Right.
But then it also like leads me to be better each day. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's wow. I think it took. To me, I think it took Nat a lot of courage to share all of this. So Nat, thank you so much for sharing this.
You.
I think it's a very eye-opening story. It's not just like a psychological, like literally physical prison for you as well.
Okay.
Yeah, amazing. And guys, like and subscribe.
Yep.
All right, like and subscribe for Nat's story. Thank you, Nat, so much. Okay.
Thank you.
I have one more speaker on the topic of prison. All right, so right now I'm going to welcome Lizan. All right, Lizan. Wow. Hey, thanks. Wait. Don't shy. Come here. Shan, this one safe space.
No. That one, who's Tombstone? Huh?
I don't know. I think his name is.
What is it? Why you call me here?
No, because today Halloween. That's why we talk about some of these
Halloween?
things. Yes, you see, suddenly the room become very old.
How come I got feel wind, Halloween, but faster.
That one not Halloween. That one aircon wind.
Okay.
Right. Lizan, tell me about your prison experience.
Prison experience. Okay.
My
experience, the experience is when I was in remanded. Okay. Remanded, a lot of people down there, right? Everybody is not sentenced yet, and I was there too. And I will be mixed around with this guy, whereby they're wearing stripes, on their shirts. Red tags, yellow tags. It's been mandatory case such as go to the gallows. What is the scariest part is when they reach to the recreation hall. Okay, they reach the recreation hall, wow, they hoo-ha, play basketball, and play. Seems like nothing like that, because some of them knows they are about to go.
Walao,
no.
this guy.
Then when I think, they are about to go, then they still can hoo-ha. And the best part is, when I ask them, how is it feel to be in the cell and out the cell before you sleep, and you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning? They answer me what you know.
What they say?
I open my eyes, I see the rope.
Walao.
I close my eyes, they see the rope. You see how scary it is. What is it behind you? Okay. There. Yeah, there, I tell you right.
Walao,
I-
come from nowhere, no, I tell you.
Okay.
Walao.
Is there anything that you want to, want to ask me?
I think past one.
Okay.
Do you think all these stories from them that you experience, like,
Yeah.
also still manage to affect you and haunt you also?
Of course lah, because to be in their shoes is just a step ahead. No, if I don't change, if I don't take what is around me as an example, I will be there in their shoes. Try to imagine. You are. You try to imagine you walk to the gallows. My hair all standing.
Yo,
If you have anything to ask,
I think we better go.
I heard my mother calling. Yeah, mom.
Okay, I follow you. I find your mother also. Come, let's go.
Okay,
Let's go.
okay.
Sorry. I go first.
My turn. On. Yes. Thank you for sharing with us about the prison journey. Didn't they do a good job? Now it's my turn. But my turn will not be so fantastic. Not as cheery and fantastic. I'm going to talk about death. Near-death experience. So I came up with this quote. How would you be remembered on your tombstone if you died today? I feel like sometimes as we approach at any point of our lives, we can think of how will we be remembered if one day we'll just go. As you read the news of the different people whose lives are lost, I think to myself, if I left today, how would I be remembered? And so I came up with this quote. How would you be remembered? And my first person to invite will be Zambri, who is going to share with us his experience, his near-death experience. Zambri.
Hello.
Seem like a different person from just now when you came out.
Yeah.
Solemn
Different,
topic. Sorry,
Solemn topic, is it?
can I speak one card?
Okay, come. Let's see. What's that?
Hand of Pentacles.
Oh, Ace of.
Honestly, I don't know what does this mean.
Same lah, actually.
Okay, but anyway, tell me about yourself and what was this experience that you went through that really shook you.
Okay, I remember it was I was sentenced to 7 years imprisonment with no remission. Right, that was in 2011, and I released on 2011. Okay, so the thoughts of staying in prison for 7 years solid with no remission, it's really crazy. It's really, really crazy. At that point of time, I thought that my life was gone. At that point of time, at 34 years old, in 2004. So I was like, because my imprisonment all is, I was outside like for a short period of time, 2 months. The longest was 9 months lah. So when that sentence 7 years, it was a shock to me. It was really a shock. Then
So what you're saying is that like previously, when you were when you only had a short gaps of time outside prison,
yes,
the rest were all spent at prison.
The press is spent at prison, and then after that, the sentence was my longest at that point of time. Before the 7 years was only 52 months. That's the longest. So this 7 years was really kind of shock. So during my stay in my second year or third year, I can't even remember, and I was being segregated.
Segregated.
Yeah, segregated due to certain things they have done. Then so that segregation, right? Actually, the impact was so huge that I tried to hang myself.
hang yourself.
Yeah.
Like the noose.
Yeah.
How?
I tried to hang myself. So actually, there's a way lah, cause inside the cell, right? So I was like, sitting down, I was thinking that, oh shit, what is going on in my life? Okay, so I left with another. Oh yeah, it's on my second year. I left with another 5 years. So I was thinking, how am I supposed to go through the 5 years? You see? So I thought like, okay, that's it lah. Since I'm in segregation, I've got nothing much to do. There's nothing left. Also, it's like, so I just tie. I'm using a blanket actually.
Sorry guys, before we proceed any further, I need to set a disclaimer. If anyone is not feeling comfortable at any point of time, please, you're welcome to switch off, and what you may hear next might be a bit disturbing for some listeners and viewers. So yes. Okay.
Yeah, so I tried to make a noose and everything. So I climb up and then I just hang, and I think I was like hanged about 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Yeah, but that 5 seconds feel like, I don't know, the longest years of my life ever though.
What's going through in your head, at the 5 seconds? You legit kicked the thing off.
Yes. I was like gasping for breath. I was like, I don't know what's going on actually, And then the thing just got loose, and then I dropped on the floor, and I was like, shit, what have I done?
You mean the thing just came loose?
Yeah. I was like, okay, shit, what have I done to my life? So ever since then, I thought that, okay, I need something to change. So it's like, I would say that that moment of time, I would say that is the epiphany of my life. I would call that my epiphany. Why? Because ever since then, I thought, right, to continue my studies. I studied inside prison, to my O-levels there. And then I'm still studying now. Right? So I feel that rather than kill myself, if I wouldn't be where I am now, I wouldn't be like, climbing up whatever that I want to achieve, everything.
Would you say that, that moment where the noose came loose, it was like a divine intervention that tell you that you have more things to do in your life?
Yes, that's the part actually,
How did that change your whole outlook? Was that a wake-up call?
Yeah, definitely.
Your whole belief system.
Definitely. Because I was thinking like, because remember the first part, and the very beginning of the first part, I say when I went to prison and then my mother left me, I feel lonely. So if I were to leave my mother at that point of time, my mother would definitely feel lonely. That's my thought at that moment. So I shouldn't be like, leaving her, rather than, I gone or go away I would say in an inappropriate manner. Yeah.
Taking one's own life that your mom.
Yes, exactly. And then with how would I like to be remembered on my tombstone as well? So I decided that I need to write my life accordingly. You see? So
now you're going to be the author of your own life this point forward, right?
Exactly. Yes. So I was like, okay. At that point of time, I still thought that I was crazy. Actually, I thought, who would do that? Because you are in a single cell, you're alone. You don't know what to talk to. Then I don't even dare to open up for 15 years.
Open up about the story.
Yes, this is the first time, actually.
We're very lucky to have Zamri sharing our story today.
Yes.
I hope that all of you will give your support, especially to anyone else who is facing or have thoughts of suicide. Please you can direct them to the right resources. Samaritans of Singapore is one of them. The moderators can just put the Samaritans of Singapore number and hotline in the chat box. And thank you, Zamri, for sharing.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you.
Next up, I'd like to invite Nadia, who has also a very special story to share. Moderators, may I have your help to put the numbers in the chat box? Thanks. Nad, hi, welcome back.
Yep.
Tell me a bit about this story that you wanted to share.
Right. Back then, when I was a teenager, I don't appreciate life.
Don't appreciate life.
Yeah. It's like for me is I live freely, be happy.
YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO. Like just do whatever you want to do. Be happy. Like just don't care about any other things. Like I'm still young. But there's one point of time that I think I went through a downfall. and I was very naughty. I always disappoint my mom. Yeah. So until one day, when I was walking on the bridge,
Mm.
I have these feelings of committing suicide. Like, yeah, I don't want to break my mom's heart anymore. It's like, yeah. I was too naughty until like my mom has to cry. But that one night, I was actually meeting my good friend, under the block. But the night before also, he got tell me this. I'm tired of life. I don't think I can live like I want to live. So I was like, hey, you nonsense, you talk nonsense. And that night, when I was waiting for him under the block, he jumped down.
While you're waiting for him.
Yeah. We wanted to drink Milo Pink. I still remember. He jumped down from 13th floor. I heard this big boom, at the car park. So I thought it was those big green dustbin like closed like that, So I ran to the car park and I saw my good friend there. And that's when it's wow, he's still a young boy. He's the same age as me, and during that point of time we were like teenagers.
How old is it?
We were 16.
And you knew him for?
I knew him ever since I'm 9 years old. Yeah, we do crazy things together. So when he jumped down, it's very hard for me to swallow, because I was the last person that he thought. He said, I'm just done with life. Yeah. So the next day, went to the funeral. I saw how devastated his mother was. I was like, and then during that point of time, his mother went to NTUC. So I called his mother. I say, hey, your son. It was like, no lah, you joking. And that one was Hari Raya Eve. So can you imagine the pain? Yeah.
How did that like, from that point on, how did it inform yourself of your own relationship with your mom?
If I'm no longer in this world, who's gonna look after her? And the answer to your question, how would I be remembered on my tombstone if I died today? I want to be remembered to the society that I'm a changed person.
A changed person.
I'm a better person. Stronger woman.
Stronger woman.
I want to prove to my mom, right, that I've become a human. Yeah.
That is capable of taking care of her.
Yep.
Right. Thank you, Nat. I just want to have one last question for you. How now when you look back, how do you see the whole experience? It must not have been easy, especially having seen such a close friend committing suicide in front of you. So now when you look back at it, how do you feel?
I wish she's stronger, but of course, sometimes I do feel sad. I do feel bad that I didn't take his words seriously. But it taught me also that life is short. Yeah. So appreciate your days. It's like every single day you will encounter a lot of problems, right? But it doesn't mean one problem that I want to jump down.
Yeah.
Cannot, right? The willpower is very important. Yeah.
Do you wish he could see where you come today?
Yeah, and I feel I have faith that he's proud.
Nice.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Come, let's go. Alright, thank you. As we can see, sometimes when a lot of us, think a lot of people go through life not knowing what they are there for. But does it really matter on how long you live, but how much you live? You can live a short life, a short meaningful life, or you can live a long ordinary life. It depends on how much energy or what you want to do every single day, what the choices that you make that matters. So with that, I end my segment, and I'll pass the time now to my colleague Fred, who will be going through the next portion. The next slide, horrors of drugs.
Hi guys. Okay, so we are a little bit behind time. We only have 5 minutes. I just want to say this quote: "Once is too many, and 1,000 never enough." So that I think perfectly sums up drugs. You try it once, and it's already too many. You know, your whole life just flashes before your eyes, and before you know it, you're gone. So I just want to invite up a very special guest. I think new on the live stream we have JG. All right. Yeah. So welcome JG. All right. See you.
Hi
Okay. Yeah, JG. So maybe tell us a bit about how was being on drugs like for you? What is like the scary points for you when you were on drugs?
Okay, frankly, going back to past, when I started first my drug was 14 years old, taking cannabis. That's my first one. And from there, I started because I was studying in a vocational institute, is which you call VITB, now it's ITE. So from there, I started to learn and move on to go work in the shipyard. That's why I'm wondering how come these guys can work overnight all. So that's where I started to get hooked with the heroin. From there, heroin I see is not enough, and I lost weight. Now you see my size, but I was worse than this size that time. But now different. But after that, going up, taking like education level, like from primary school to secondary school to going to university, like that, I started to jab, heavy, what ice, what kind of drug you want to know? Try my level as I go. But end of day, it's not just I losing my body, my mind. I lost all my loved ones. They was very far away from me. Actually, not they. I was far away from them. And every second, every step I take, I have to look left, right, front, back. Every second moving up. No safe. Worried, scared. That kind of life.
Okay, so can you maybe share with us one of the scary experiences you had while you were on drugs?
Wow. The most scariest experience I had was
Most scary.
most scariest. Okay. The most scary one is which I had was taking drug until it come to a point and I cut my own wrist to suicide because I hate my life. I hate everyone started. Then I isolate. I come to a stage to just give up life. But with the drug, I was overdose jabbing.
So maybe tell us at that point of time, right? What physically, how was your body like? What was your weight? How you look like? Can you move? Or
I
you're on your
was
bed the whole day?
locked in my own room. And my nephew, the one who break the room door, because he suspects something wrong that for hours I'm not out from him. And the first thing my mom saw, with the blood with both hands on the floor.
Well, there's quite a quite a horrible scene. But how when you look back on that picture of yourself and you look at yourself now I cannot even imagine you on the floor with every time I see JG with a big smile on his face, he's so cheery, and I cannot imagine. So looking at your past self and looking at yourself now, can you tell us how do you see your progress as a person, or what's your journey like?
To be honestly, I'm telling you, my mom loved the one who changed me. My mom loved changed me. She said, I give birth to you to be a better man. You can't be a better man, at least be a good man to serve others. That's what touched me hard and made me changes. And I'm still in progress. It's not ending, I'm just beginning only.
All right. Okay, thank you, JJ.
Hey, nice seeing you.
Glad to have you on the live stream. All right. A very, very powerful story and moving story. Up next, we also have another very special guest we had before, Mr. Lazan. All right. Hey, bro. How are you?
Oh, fine, bro. Woo!
Hey, why? All the ghosts all disappear from just now.
Yeah, I got my talisman already. I stand by
All right,
already.
man.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
wonder now you're like, Bolasa.
What I saw already. Okay. Okay, what is
So
it?
yeah, maybe tell us more about your scariest experiences on drugs, or maybe to put it more accurately, how scary drugs can be.
Okay, how scary drugs can be. It took me 30 years. You know, took my life, took my freedom, took my dignity, took my pride, took everything. That is the scariest part. Until at this age, but it's never too late, Fred, it's never too late.
Agree.
That is what this drug have done to me, lah. I'm not a ice forte. My forte is heroin, so physically and mentally affected. Yeah. And my meaning of physically, right? I'm slowly turning into like a ghost,
Yeah.
Pale face, eyes shrunken, body shrinking, everything also, cannot fix properly, cannot stand properly, right?
Yeah.
Like zombies like that. And mentally, I'm trapped. I'm a slave to this thing, right? Close my eyes, I'm thinking about tomorrow, where to get the money to get another fix. Open my eyes, start to do some action, do crime to get some money. That is the scariest part in my life.
So maybe you tell us, how was your body like when you were in that state? Were you like half the size that you are now, or
Okay, okay.
you feel?
I've been 55 kilo before when I was, get arrested to go into pending. That is the lowest, underweight.
And how heavy are you now? Roughly.
Now, 96.
Okay, but that's roughly half the size. Literally half. You see him now, it's half.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not only the food, it's not only the fresh air, the atmosphere, the environment, the people around me, the people who I adore. They really give me the sincere love. I can see from their eyes, because I am right now, right?
Yeah.
That is the thing that they give me, lah.
I see. So how do you feel looking back at yourself when you were in that state and now? Do you feel stronger? Do you feel like you can serve better?
I mean, the past, is it?
Yes, the past.
I'm looking at my past, is it?
Yep.
I don't want to scary, lah. I'm just like zombie, lah. I want to be like this. I thought of, if I leave this world, I want to be like this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just fits just nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I also want to know, does any ghost from your past still haunt you?
Yeah, until today, until now. Seriously, until today, until now. The thing, the ghost, the haunt is just behind my neck. Just wait to take over. So I'm walking on a thin ice every day. I will be recovered only the day they buried me. That is the day that I recovered. Now I'm a recovering addict.
I see. And how do you overcome your addiction and stay sober?
Okay, the opposite side of addiction to me, to my understanding, Fred, is connection. Right? I have to get connected to everybody. To change, I have to know many things. I have to learn many things. So without connection, without networking, it can't be done. That is what I learned.
Oh, that's good to hear. And also, thank you very much for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The physical.
Wait. Yeah, mom. Yeah, mom calling. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Lazan, JG. Yeah. So
Hey, Fred, wait.
What?
For a moment, I thought that you also have a story, right?
Yes.
To share.
Yeah.
And
I was
even
about to move on to that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's weird to leave it alone on stage.
Yeah. A bit.
So how about yourself? Tell me, how do you first get involved with drugs?
I first got involved in drugs when I was around 16 or 17. Yeah. So my first drug was ketamine. I was introduced to that. Then from there, I moved on naturally to other drugs, ecstasy, meth, and or weed.
And how is the body like? The physiological, the psychological aspects.
I prepared some old pics. You all can see on the screen.
Really?
Yeah. So this was me, I think, just about a year and a half ago. You can see how skinny I am. You can see my whole face, all the. So this is what a drug addict looks like. That's why I prepared this picture for you all. So you can see, like, if y'all see any of your friends like that, right? This is really a telltale sign. Normal human, right? They will not look like that one. Yeah. So I mean, looking back on myself, right, my pictures, I'm quite shocked also that I can manage to survive and go out like this. Yeah, and I must have probably attracted many weird looks at me, you know, when I go out and eat and all that, because it's like a ghost, basically. And I'm so white, my face is so pale and everything.
How heavy were you then?
In this picture, I was about 50, 51 or 52 kg.
51, 52, and now?
Now I'm about 64 or 65 kg.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I was, it was also about there, 54, 50. I think that's the normal skeleton weight. Like if you really never eat, no nutrients, you go all the way down, that's the minimum of what a human can go. 50, what? 52, 53.
Yeah, 50 around there, the 50s. I think once you reach 40s, that you'll be hospitalized already.
I also think so.
Yeah.
Well, wow, thank you for sharing. So what have you been doing to, you know, keep what keeps you going?
What keeps me going is the fact that I always think back, and all I even though there are some, like, maybe some triggers, you know, you feel like maybe a path would make you feel better sometimes, but also I'm filled with a lot of bad memories I have of being on drugs, like you know, when you're on meth or on some of the hard drugs, and for days and days you don't sleep, you know, sometimes you don't even know whether you shower or not. You're covered in like sweat, and the sweat that comes out of your body is the smelliest sweat ever, right?
Man.
I mean, Isaac, you can attest to this also.
Yeah, when you puff or whatever you take, right, and then you sweat, right, it's like your body want to excrete their toxins, and so like every pore of your sweat pores will ooze out just the toxic smell that people can sniff from far away. Everyone around you can smell. Only you are like not can smell. You have to bring around what? A mouthwash.
Yeah, I have to bring around mouthwash, cologne, you know, my body soap and all that, just to make sure that everything is tip top. I mean, it's honestly quite disgusting. When I think about it, that's a very strong deterrence for me to not ever go back lah. And also, you know, like many of us, or even, or I would say all of us that have taken hard drugs, you go through all the paranoia, and that's enough to really just, you know, never, it acts as a deterrent to never go back ever again.
It was. And what are you doing now to, you know, really stay on the path?
What am I doing now? I think the most important thing is to keep yourself busy, because if you let your mind idle, right, I think that for me is a road back down to where I was, or where I could have been. Yeah, which is this.
You just stand in the middle of your picture, guys. Fred, I'm gonna let's all stay here lah. I want to invite everybody back on stage now. We're gonna do, coming towards the end of our live stream, right? I just wanted to, you know, identify some of the common threads that underlie the three themes that we did today. It's that the horrors may not only need to be in the supernatural, but they also exist in the physical and the psychological. It really doesn't mean that, you know, you need to wait for ghosts or pumpkins or candles, but every one of us can be going through real horrors that we might not be able to see. And I just want everyone to you know, maybe share something that they do to keep themselves resilient and sane. All right, maybe Glenn, you can start by saying something.
Yeah, wow. That's a very big topic. You know, so I think talking about resilience, right? A lot goes into resilience. What do you think? You know, it's not just one thing only, right? I feel like when it comes to resilience, the one thing that comes to my head is definitely having like good thoughts, you know, and maybe having good thoughts come from just keeping yourself occupied. Yeah, like I say, you know, an idle mind is the devil's playground. Yeah, so I think for me, resilience means at least staying on the ball, you know, keeping up, just do something really.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. And Zabri, maybe?
I would say that, you know, I do agree with idle minds, you know, makes a devil. And then after that, but the thing is, you know, have a goal in mind.
Yep.
Yeah, have set a goal of what you want to do and be what you want to be. Yeah.
Thank you, Zabri. Yazan?
Okay, for me, if you want to do something good, don't wait, don't delay, because procrastination is the devil workshop. Okay.
Procrastination Affairs Workshop. Nice.
Yeah.
Renat?
Find the purpose in life. Always stay focused with always stay on track because your goals, your purpose in life is very important. I feel I need to strengthen the willpower again.
Yeah, willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because you will go through a lot of hardships every single day, but as long as your willpower is strong, like you can do it. Keep on chanting inside your heart.
Yeah.
Like you can do it. You're brave. I think things will get better slowly.
All right,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay. Mine is very simple. Just find your purpose and lift heavy weights.
Oh, lift heavy weights. Nice.
Okay.
So your purpose is
Psychology. I intend to go into counseling and hopefully become a therapist in future.
I thought you're going construction.
oh
Lift heavyweights.
yeah.
There's a saying, right? So it's quite silly to look incredibly buff for something that you don't have to be that buff for. That's what I intend to do.
I think we're all lost it.
All right. Anything better than that?
And mine is this quote that I found.
Yeah.
The ghosts of the past speak to all who will listen, because it just tells us that the mistakes, would probably be what you, if you can learn from your mistakes, you won't repeat it. Right? And maybe we have two more. Come in.
Let's go.
Okay, I think they just been kidnapped by the something.
They kidnapped by the boogeyman. Just
Yeah,
now
the
released
boogeyman,
only.
yeah, they just come
Oh.
Sean, we're just talking about, what's one thing that you are doing to keep yourself occupied and resilient and away from drugs.
I'm away from drugs is my hobby. It's my art that I'm doing now in
It's
a
the art that
canvas.
he's doing now.
It's my passion, and soon you all will see my art.
Yeah. So what Sean is currently doing is he's really drawing, and you'll be able to see his artwork soon if you like and subscribe.
Amazing art.
Amazing art. He can draw on the spot for your events also. And maybe last one we can JG.
Oh, my passion is cooking.
Cooking.
Yes.
And cool. So every one of us have a passion that we're doing now today, right? And I heard that we have a new project coming up, run by the guy who like to lift weights. I'll let him share a little bit more with you about that. So thank you all, everyone, and we'll see you a bit later. So I'm going to get Eugene to share with you what's coming up next. And Fred.
Okay, good evening, guys. My name is Eugene. Right, this is Hit and Run, our project where we showcase, or at least we compress a day of prison life for you guys into 2 hours. Okay, we will showcase the different kind of workouts that we do in prison. Very unique to prison that you won't get elsewhere, or at least you wouldn't really have a chance to, right? And also we will show you what goes on for our mornings, a bit of our makan time, right?
Yeah. I mean, so me, Eugene, and the team, we have led one iteration of Hit and Run already, and the next Hit and Run will be happening on 18th of November. Yeah, so take a look at the video first. Yeah, so as you see in the video, it's a very fun, vibrant kind of event. Don't worry so much about the intensity of the exercise, because it's not so much about the exercise, it's more about us sharing the prison experience and how people live in prison, how they actually take their breakfast, how they exercise, how do they keep so fit even with such a simple diet, and they have no control over their carbs, they can't count their macros, all the fancy keto diets and all that. You don't have that in prison. So how do these guys stay so fit? And that's the whole point of this Hit and Run, where they share their experience with you, and you guys, and catch you and reel you in. Yes, Isaac.
And they engage you with all their prison workouts and you'll be participating alongside them. So what I want to leave you with is that prison may not be a place. Prison may not necessarily mean a physical prison. If we are in prison, two people can go into prison and come out different. Why? Because we know what we want to do in prison. And being fit keeping fit is one thing that we always strive to do because it's something we have control about our bodies. And this is why we came out with Hit and Run, so that we can also share with everybody that keeping fit is within our control. And with that, thank you so much for joining us on today's live stream, Ghosts of the Past. And do like and subscribe so that you'll be updated with more live streams. Our next one is the cooking one. All right, thank you everybody, and see you again.
See you again.
Yeah.